How are you doing today? Weekend? What's up? What's up? What have you done this weekend so far? It's the second day of the weekend. It's Sunday. And yeah, we are going into a new and exciting week where we definitely have some stuff coming with regards to news as well next week, which I think is going to be interesting as well. If we have to check the agenda here, you can see Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. We have some high impact news. No idea what it is, but it is red, 3 stars impact, usually quite interesting. But this weekend actually has been quite interesting as well. It hasn't been as rangy as is usually the case. This is where the weekend started, and look at where we are right now. So in this live stream, which is going to take an hour, and I gotta stick to what I say. Like it has to be an hour because I have more and other things to do as well. Yesterday I said, oh, we're going to be live for an hour, and I was here for 2 hours because of chatting and Q&A, which is always very enjoyable. But in this live stream, we're going to cover Elliott Waves, of course, and then go into chatting and Q&A. So that is what we're going to do. What's up, everyone? Sarega, welcome. Good to have you here. Raymond, there you are once again. Thank you. Appreciate it. We had a great time in South Africa, and yeah, married man now, yo. Look at me go. Appreciate it, Raymond. Raymond, one of the longest members of the channel, and yeah, thanks, dude. That's very kind of you. Bina, welcome. Mido, hi, Mr. Seeb. Flotty, Mr. Espresso, what's up? Trading Queen, how you doing? Polar Bear Man had some problems, was hacked, I believe, right? Or there was something going on with like Alps or Alpine or whatever it was. Bless you. And it seems like you figured out what it was. So good on you. Stay safe. Yeah, stay safe. Dim Jack, welcome. Rob Kromar from the other side of the world. Good to have you here once again. Always popping in. And Milo, how you doing? How you doing? Welcome, everyone. Good to have you here. So, as mentioned, we're going to go over the Elliott Wave scenarios. And tonight, we're going to have a higher time frame video coming. So we're going to do the cycle, the macro, and potentially high time frame, but kind of like high time frame is kind of what we're going to do today. So probably cycle and macro tonight. And now we're just going to focus on the range and also what is happening here locally. Boom, boom, shake the room. What's up, mindless musician? How you doing? Minerva, what's up? I have no idea what you're saying. Sorry, but hi, probably. Davey, good afternoon. Polar Bear Man, good that you figured it out, man. New to Discord. Good stuff. Pleasure, man. Yeah, I saw you coming in Discord because I can see the new members coming in. And I sometimes check that list just to make sure if there's no scammers coming in. And I saw you joining here 2 hours ago this week. So if you see your own name here, say hi to yourself. But yeah, I keep an eye on the list at times. So yeah, thanks, Dim Jack. Doing well, bro. Looking forward to a good second quarter. Exactly. Is this Bitcoin census? KEGW. Andy is great. He moved to Dubai now, I believe. So I hope he's settled and he's enjoying himself there. Hopefully a good start living there. I'm a scammer. If so, I'm going to keep an eye on you. Good morning from Canada. What's up, Guilam? Welcome. Good to have you here. Good to have you here. Okay, let's start. Let's start with the Elliott Wave analysis. Now, in this range, compared to the morning video, not too much has changed if we go to the 4-hour time frame, but I quickly at least want to zoom into the 15-minute time frame. That's where I want to start, and then we zoom out. Greetings, Kanashimi. Welcome as well. So, with regards to what we see here, right? CVD is just moving up and up and up and up and up pretty much the whole day so far, right? We have lower highs on price, higher highs on the yellow line. So far, though, not a big drop to the downside. And with regards to this bearish CVD, if you look at the bearish CVD here, this is already where it started climbing. We move down, CVD moves up. Every time a candle goes below the previous candle, this CVD, right, the one you have here, lower high on price, higher high on the CVD here on yellow, that one has played out. So it kind of becomes like irrelevant. And then the next high is here. Lower high, higher high, right? And then here, lower high, higher high. This one actually played out already as well. So even though the line is moving up, it doesn't mean that it is all one big divergence with the actual same high here, right? Some of them already played out. But that's not really what's catching my interest here. What's mainly interesting to me is how this range started, which is this section. Because when I see these bearish CVD divergences, absorption, and it's quite a big CVD divergence, I'm like, okay, what's the probability of an impulsive structure to the downside, right? And a big move. Well, that means I have to start looking at the first structure to the downside before we started ranging. This then has to be an impulse or a diagonal, right? Now, if we look at this structure in more detail, and we pull the trend lines, then you will quickly see it's an expanding diagonal, where in this case we're looking for a wave 1, 2, 3, 4, and a wave 5. If you would measure it with your trend-based sub-extension tool, then you will notice that your wave 3 and 5 are also longer than the previous wave. 3 is longer than 1 and 5 is longer than 3. You can take it from the high to the low, right? From the high of 1 to the low of 1 to the high of 2. You compare 1 and 3 is longer, and so is 5 compared to 3. So it's an expanding diagonal in this case. And expanding diagonals are rare. And that would then increase probabilities for corrective structures. And the corrective structure increases probabilities to take this high. However, I'm not too big of a fan of going against bigger CVD divergences unless they're invalidated or they have played out. So if, with those bearish CVD divergences, what do we want to see? We want to see price moving down and a big increasement in volume. At the moment, volume is nowhere, right? It's very, very low. Now, with regards to price moving to the upside, we are at resistance. So personally, from an Elliott Wave point of view, right, even though this range here looks very much expanding diagonal-ish, right, which is rare and therefore higher probability for corrective structures, but we are at resistance, so that does not mean, in my Elliott Wave case, that this is for me an interesting area to long, because it's not. For me, at least, right? In that case, I would like to see first price moving above here and either invalidate the bearish CVD divergence or take the low first and then observe the reaction. If price moves above the resistance that we have over here, right? We had this resistance box on the chart the whole week, pretty much last week, right? Waiting for this area to be hit. If we move above this area, there is not much that is left before hitting the 71K area. If I open my resistances, you have a daily at 71.3K, but that is pretty much the triple top. So if price can show me strength, right, I want to see proof of support, proof of resistance, proof of strength. That is when I become interested. So if price can make it above this area here and then show me signs of strength, well, the next area to look for personally would be the triple top area, and above the triple top, we have the resistance over here, right? There's a blue box here that we already have for a while, 72.5K to 73.6K. So we just remain very, very patient, right? And currently we are ranging below resistance. The bullish CVD divergences we had this morning already played out locally, but the probability-wise, there's very much looks more corrective than impulsive, because an expanding diagonal is rare. And even if you would take the lows that we have over here, probabilities generally would be on the side to take this high. But I want to see, again, right, repetition, I want to see some proof of support. Show me that price wants to go up there and potentially have a retest, and that could be very interesting, right? If it's a wick, grab the high, close below, that's not interesting. So I want to see closure above, potentially even a retest, and that is when things start to become very interesting for a potential long to the upside to look for the triple top, right? If price moves to the downside, there is not too much support to the downside, so we have to keep an eye on volume. The first support I have here, daily naked point of control and the daily, both around 67.9K. So, and we have a little bit of a value area high here, 68.9K. So a little bit of support as well. Okay. I think I'm actually going to put a little target box here So put a bit of a target box. There we go. Range book. Yep, that's nice. That is how I make my target boxes. Okay, there we go. So that is with regards to Elliott Wave. So I want to remain like a summary. We have big bearish CVD divergences, and I don't really like to go against big either bullish or bearish CVD divergences. In this case, bearish CVD divergences. I don't like to trade against it unless price takes a low and the bearish CVD plays out and we see some proof of support and price willing to go up, or we invalidate it, right? Resistance turns into support, and that is interesting because then we can potentially look for that triple top, right? That would be the next area of interest. At the moment here, from an Elliott Wave point of view and CVD point of view, I'm not really too interested. I'm just very patient here, see what price wants to do. It's still weekend price action. And yesterday we had the move to the upside here, bullish CVD, higher probability to move to the upside, right? We mentioned short-term upside, longer term, quote unquote, more downside to come still. So either here or we're going to look for higher and rejections higher to see a move back to the downside. And this then also leads me to the scenarios on the 4-hour time frame, which I showed this morning. Oh, by the way, just in case, this is 0.0. It's no alcohol. We don't do that on stream. And I generally don't really drink alcohol anyway. But yeah, so I had a couple of new scenarios this morning because the triangle scenario is very obvious. And if it is that obvious, how many people will actually earn money with a very obvious pattern, right? Does everyone win in the market? Well, usually that's not the case, right? So as many people are looking at the triangle, this morning I put a bit of time in thinking about other scenarios that would lead to fake outs. So in the morning update, which is the previous video before this live stream, I had 3 scenarios here, and then I showed the triangle. So let me quickly go through them for more detail, please. I recommend you the video of this morning. It's about 12 minutes, right? The first scenario that I showed this morning was this WXY with a triangle in wave X. Now, what is quite important here is that you actually want to see price reject here. As mentioned, this is pretty much the final resistance before we get close to the triple top, which is the invalidation for this scenario, because you first want to have a wave C, then a D, and eventually a wave E. You don't want to see A or B taken just yet. You first want to finish the triangle. After wave X is finished, so we have a triangle in wave X and a zigzag 535 in W, we are looking for a flat in wave Y. In this case, we have a sideways double combo WXY pattern. Wave W and wave Y are not allowed to have the same structure. Wave W can be a flat or a zigzag. Clearly, in this case, then it is a zigzag. And for wave Y, therefore, we're looking for a flat, which can lead to a nice fake out. Finish the triangle, move to the upside, finish X over here, then have a 3-wave A, 3-wave B, 5-wave C to the downside, an impulsive move. You fake out the triangle over here, right? As people would arguably be thinking breakout. Fake out 1, fake out 2, continue towards the upside. What's also interesting here is that the fake out could grab the triple top, but also the high over here, bit of a liquidity grab, move towards the downside. And what I think is also interesting here is that with this fake out, we get an impulse to the downside in a wave Y, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, because we're looking for a C, A, B, C, right? Inside wave Y, a flat. Wave C is an impulse. And if we look for a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you can already see online, if this happens, right, in the future, people talking about, oh shit, this is a sharp impulse to the downside. Generally, a wave C in a flat is sharper than a wave 1, right? So a wave 1 can take more time, or usually takes more time to form than a wave C, which can be very, very vertical compared to a wave 1, wave C. So a wave C can be shocking, right? Can create drama, and that's what we like. We love a little bit of drama. So in this case, if price moves impulsively to the downside, it will create fear. What do we need? We need fear in order to then fill the pockets and move back up. That would be nice, right? Instead of all the greed in the market and 100K, 500K. So that makes this scenario quite interesting, but we have to keep an eye on the invalidation and the current resistance that we have over here, right? So we just analyzed this range and also the probabilities in this range. Now, in this case, we don't want price to move up and preferably resistance holding, but probabilities are not yet on that side, but we'll see, we'll see. It's just the narrative, which is interesting. Second WXY here, where we have a finished W zigzag, X also finished, and now we are again looking for a flat in wave Y, but now the flat starts earlier. Wave A is already finished. We are looking for B, 3-wave complex structure, and then a 5-wave move to the downside in C. Common target for B, 1.236, 1.38, taken from the high to the low of A, 73.5K, 74.6K, and this is on par with the all-time high over here. So one can grab the liquidity, move to the downside, wick the all-time high, and then create the fear with a nice impulsive wave C to the downside, where you will see online as well people talking about, oh damn, this is a wave 1 and we get a wave 2 and a big wave 3 where it's over, whatever. But instead we're going to look for proof of support. In a flat, you do want to see the low of wave A taken. Potentially we go below W, that's the question. It all depends, of course, on the upcoming days and pretty much next week. This would be like a next week type of thing, just like the first scenario over here, right? So this one probably takes a little bit longer, but yeah, interesting nonetheless. And then finally is a bigger flat where we have a wave A, B, C. You can see that these scenarios all look quite similar, because in all of these scenarios we're taking the highs before the low. That is the important confluence, right? Even though there's multiple scenarios on my chart and that I present here, try to look for the confluence between them. So in this WXY, we continue the range, right? And we take the high before the low. In the second WXY, you take the high before the low. In the flat, you take the high before the low, right? The confluence between the scenarios. Which scenario eventually plays out, right? We'll see. But it's the confluence that matters. So here we're looking for a 3-wave to the upside for our wave B, a zigzag, double zigzag, WXY, wave B, target area 76.9K, 78.8K, and then move to the downside in wave C. And in this wave C would be more dramatic, as you want to go below this wave A for an expanding flat. Then we get to the triangles. And also in this triangle, A, B, C, D, E, up. You take the highs before the lows. So this is the fourth scenario where the probabilities are higher to take the high compared to the low first. You know, what happens after, we'll see, but first, that's the important bit. Here we have wave C already finished, D, complex structure, E to the downside, then move up. For a triangle, 4 out of the 5 waves have to be zigzags. It can be 5 out of 5 as well. A zigzag is a 5-wave impulse, 3-wave correction, and a 5-wave impulse, A, B, C, either to the down or the upside. If one of the waves is more complex, by far most common, it's C or D, which then translates in a double or a triple zigzag, WXYs or WXYXZ. Wave E is very rare, but this can happen. This is just for educational purposes for you guys. Wave E can also turn into a triangle. So when a wave D is finished, you can have a smaller triangle in wave E. So you have a triangle in a triangle. It's very rare, but it is something, you know, it's fun to know, I suppose. And then the second triangle, this is the scenario where we take the low before the high. Here we have our wave A, B, WXY to the downside, C, then we move up for D, and then eventually E, right? So now C is the complex structure. Therefore, after that, we expect wave D to be simple. Out of the two triangles, this one at the moment has a lower probability for me due to the shape of what's happening over here, right? Because you have to look for a W, X, and a Y. So this has to be your wave X, has to be a 3-wave structure, and it's not yet easy to identify a nice finished 3-waver over here. Cool. So these are the range scenarios. 4 out of the 5 would say take the high before the low, and one says take the low before the high. Depending on new information, we will adjust. But this is currently also impacting the probabilities, which are the same as this morning, right? So this is what I mentioned in the morning update here on the 4 hour. That basically means that at the moment, probabilities are highest to continue ranging. Even if you move to the upside, even if you move to the downside, probability is higher to continue ranging. At the moment, probability is higher to take the highs first before the lows. On the number 1 spot, probability-wise, we have the WXYs. On the number 2 spot, the flat. So those are the fake-out scenarios, pretty much. Then we have on 3, triangle 1, which is, by the way, this one. And then on 4, we have triangle 2. But as mentioned, what I don't really like with those triangles is everyone sees the triangle. And I don't like that, right? 90% in the market, on average, loses. The first thing you learn when you're trading usually is trend lines and patterns. So people are like, oh, yeah, okay, I'll pull a trend line here and I pull a trend line. Oh, wait, this is a triangle form. Okay, I'll just wait for the breakout. What's the probability? What I would like to see in a triangles, I would like to see this, or I like to see this. So that is something that I will keep, my eyes open for. Then I write a little bit over here. Everyone looks at the triangles, would love to see fake outs, which can happen with the WXY and the flat. CVD, this is from the morning over here, right? So we had CVD at resistance, but I spoke about this local range at the beginning of my analysis, which pretty much is... What did I say here? Oh yeah, so I said keep an eye out on this range, which is what I've done this morning, and that is what I've shown in this video, like some new thoughts on the local range that we have over here and the probabilities with that particular range, right? Which currently, based on the first move to the downside here, higher probability this is corrective because it's an expanding diagonal, which is very rare. But if this is higher probability corrective, that means high probability to eventually take this high. Doesn't mean we can't take the low first, but high probability to take the high. However, as mentioned as well, we are now at resistance. We are at resistance, and from an Elliott Wave point of view, I have no interest whatsoever, even though probabilities could be on the side to take that high there, to go for a long here because we are below resistance and we have big bearish CVD. So what I want to see, either let the CVD play out, look for proof of support and see if price can take resistance, or invalidate the bearish CVD and potentially a retest if we get it. But then the triple top would be the next target, and then the next target here is the 72, 73K area, right? So very patient, very controlled. Trading is very much a patience game, but that is my idea and how what I do at the moment. I'm just being patient here. I'm already in a position from lower anyway, so I'm not in a hurry. What did I write? If price breaks local resistance, the path to the triple top is quite open, as shown at the beginning of the analysis as well, right? So that is pretty much what I wanted to say. It's actually very nice that we hit the resistance because we actually just missed out on hitting it with this high. We rejected here with the order block and the high of the gap, remember? So we had over here the 1 hour gap. We reached the 1 hour gap top, and we had the order block here as well, which we also hit. So that was rejection number 1, proper rejection to the downside. This move here to the upside looks better as a wave C in a flat. Let me talk about the bullish scenario, by the way. So on the lower time frames, 15 minute, this move here has a higher probability of being a wave C in a flat structure for then a W, X, and a Y type of move. Reason that the probabilities are higher, this is a C compared to a wave 1 or an A, is because of the range afterwards. Over here, it's a very long range compared to a very short impulse. As mentioned earlier, wave 1s usually take a bit longer compared to wave C's, and this is a very short impulsive move up, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then a long range after, and this range is very long for a wave 2 or a wave B, unless there is some sort of a diagonal going on over here. But if we have a diagonal, let me open this scenario. If this becomes a diagonal, it's going to be messy, because you have a 1, 2 in that case. If this is your 1, this is your 2, then you have another diagonal in a 1, 2. We never got a 2 to the downside, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 3. Finish 1, finish 2. We never got 2. But it also is messy because then this move, 1, 2, this has to be another double 1, 2. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. And that is just, you know, it's not nice. So not great probabilities for a scenario where we're already finished with this range and off we go. Taking the all-time high as mentioned with the 2 flats is no problem. But then one would expect to take the liquidity and see a retracement back in the range if that happens, right? We're not close to the all-time high at the moment, but we know the scenarios as I showed them just now. Other than that, these are some of the levels that I can recommend to keep an eye on. You can always stop the stream if you want to put them on your chart. And yeah, that's it, no? We got some stuff next week, but only on Wednesday. And yeah. Let's see what happens. Chatting and Q&A. There we go. Let me analysis at. Okay, someone help me out. Oh boy. Wait, where were we? Did someone write it? Wait, I should actually put it. I think I can put timestamps. Maybe if I do that, what then happens? Ah, nice. Okay. So I know that I started after my 0.0 showing. So it must be around 3:37. And I was live at 3:25. So that must be around minute 12 that I actually started analyzing. Probably. Post. Okay, let me put that in. Let me give myself a little bump. There we go. Pin message. Very nice. Okay, let me quickly scroll up before we then keep an eye on the new messages. What's been happening? What's up, Mark? How you doing, man? Adrian, welcome. Good to see you here with the green name once again. All right, all right, all right. What's up, Cheese? How you doing, man? The comments of Cheese are always like enjoyable to read in like below the videos. Hasta la vista, Barbie. How you doing? Welcome. The good old Rattler. Yeah, man, it's nice. I love Rattler. It's like a cider, and I like the 0.0. Never, yeah, never really got into like drinking, I suppose. But it's nice. Happy Sunday. Alcohol is toxic. I mean, it's fine, you know, like everything met mate, as we say in the Netherlands, like everything in balance. So if you only eat cucumber, that's also not healthy, you know what I mean? So it's everything in balance, but I never really got into it. So it's like you got to learn to drink coffee. You know, your first coffee is probably not that nice, but then, you know, eventually you get into it, or you have a lot of milk or whatever, and then you go stronger, stronger, stronger. I never really got into like beer, for example. But my dad, I mean, he always has a beer at dinner, or my brother, no problemo. Subscribe to me for multiple updates. Thanks, Mark. Yeah, 3 updates a day generally, everyone. I do have some presentations, so I'm a global keynote speaker as well for the ones that are new here. And I do have 3 gigs next week. I have one tomorrow at 8 p.m., Tuesday at 7:30, and tomorrow is a webinar, so I can be home, so I can actually provide an evening update. The one on Tuesday, the 9th, that is not at home, so unlikely I can give an update in the evening. Then Wednesday I'm home, and the 3rd one is on Thursday, which is also in the evening and not at home. It's an offline event. So probably 2 days that I can't provide a evening update. And then on Tuesday the 16th, I have a webinar again at 8 p.m. And then on Thursday the 25th, I have a presentation as well, but that is usually a very short one. So I will be able to provide an update, but the update will be later at night. Yeah. So yeah, I got some stuff going on. Exactly. What would be the percentage of the complete move down in an impulsive wave C? Ah, you're talking pretty much about the target. Let me show you. Okay, so if we talk, so we don't like the target for your B. So this is your A, then you have your B, and then eventually your C down. In this scenario, we don't yet know, of course, where then how big is A gonna be, right? So we just do a bit of a random pool. Now imagine we take that high, and then we take a trend-based fib from a high to a low to somewhere here. The others I can show you with a bit more detail, and then we have the 1.618. Right, and then from low to the high, and the 1.618. So that would give, in this scenario, which still takes a lot of time, as you can see. Wait, what am I doing here? Wave C, thank you. This would be 1 ABC, and you want to go below the low of A as well. So this would be 65.3 to 63K. But this one is still very hypothetical. So here we have a target area for RB. So what we can do is a trend-based fib extension from the start to the end of A to the middle of B, let's say. And then we focus on the 1.618. The 2.618 is a less common target. That's an extension. The 1.236 and the 1.382 is a less common target, and usually the 1.236 and the 1.38 is not below A, and in an expanding flat you want price to go below A. So the 1.618, that's one, and then the second 1.618 is from the low of A to like the middle over here, which then gives you your target area. Let me actually put the prices on so we can be very accurate. Target area between 62.3K and 58.6K. Oh, wait a second. Where is it? Yeah, I thought so. The weekly gap is part of that target area, 59.2K. Nice. And then we have the normal flat. Oh, in percentage, of course, that would be like a drop of like close to 20%. And then this one here, take a fib again from the high to the low of A to the middle of B, because we don't know where it's going to be now. 56. And then a normal fib from the low to the high. And that is 50, which of course is a much bigger drop. This would be the full-on drama. That's 25 all the way up to 35. Imagine. A flat is at the moment not the highest probability, but it's a good one to keep in mind. Yeah, some nice percentage moves. What's interesting, if the wave C to the downside plays out, it would happen approximately at the same time the Bitcoin halving happens. Would be nice to skyrocket. Yeah, that would be nice indeed. Get the halving done, make price move to the downside, find support, and then bring it back up. Absolutely. Probabilities on a weekly time frame remain higher to go to new all-time highs. I will provide a higher time frame video like tonight in Central European time tonight. So a couple of hours. What's up, Moonboot boy? How you doing? You got a gold badge nowadays. Look at you go. Jeez. In the fourth scenario, the low won't be taken. Correct. 1, 2, 3, 4. You don't expect this low to be taken in this triangle. A, B, C, D, E should end above wave C. The moment price goes below, that's an invalidation. And after this, after E is in, you want to see price moving towards the upside. This is a continuation pattern for a wave 4. A triangle like this, right? A range that is a triangle by itself can only exist in an impulse in a wave 4, not in a wave 2, right? It is no problem for a wave 2 to be a W, X, and then a triangle in Y. That's no problem for a wave 2. But a wave 2 can't be a full triangle by itself. Right? So wave 2 can be anything but a triangle. Wave 4 can be any corrective pattern. April the 20th. 420 rings a bell. Nice one. I actually didn't think about it. What's up, Lucian? How you doing? Welcome again. Welcome. DP, how you doing? Which CVD exchange has bigger weight? Obviously, it will change from exchange. However, it should not be. This is a very personal question. So CVD, right? You can have a CVD like a aggregated CVD with many different platforms into one CVD line. But you can also take a CVD line of only one exchange. But what you will notice, and that is what I have, is that the aggregated CVD is sometimes right and sometimes wrong, and so is the individual exchange CVD. And it's pretty much the same balance. So on my chart, what you see over here is a blue line and a yellow line. Now, I trade on BingX. That's why it's the partner of the channel as well, right? I trade there myself. It's a great company. So I trade on BingX, but the CVD is not from BingX. And that is because of what I am used to. And that's why it's a personal question. The blue line is an aggregated CVD. The yellow line is the Bybit CVD. Now, you might think, oh, but then the blue line must be a lot more accurate. But that's not true. If you would collect the data, you will see that these are pretty much 50-50. And it is about the balance between the two and the general context of where price is moving, right? Sometimes they show both bullish, sometimes they're both bearish, sometimes one is bullish, one is bearish, one is neutral, one is bullish, one is neutral, one is bearish. It doesn't matter, but it's about training your eye, right? Getting experience with the lines. So you can take any. Now in the group, many people use this. I mean, people can just download my template in the group as well. If you go to Discord, you go to the Good to Know channel, then my template is over here, CVD one pager. If you want more information, as well as a link to the video, CVD video on my YouTube channel. Other people also use spot CVD lines. They have they can just create their own CVD lines. And eventually it's about just training. Yeah, I can add another line, but it doesn't mean it's going to help me. I can use a Binance CVD, but the Binance CVD will sometimes be correct, sometimes be wrong, while the Bybit CVD might be correct more often than the Binance one, at certain areas. So it's mainly a question about what do you want to use. And I use these two already for a very long time, so I'm used to reading these two lines together. And I understand the relationship they have as well, together with Elliott Waves, that is. So I think that is a pretty complex answer to maybe a relatively simple question, but it's in the end a very personal choice. And because I grew up, one can say, in this industry with Bybit back in the day when I started, I was trading on Bybit. I used Bybit CVD and I got used to it. And then later I added aggravated and I got used to the two, and now I don't change it. Because my personal trading strategy, like I trade Elliott Waves more like swingy, but my day trading strat, right, is also related to my experience and certain indicators or things that I like to use. So I don't like to mess around too much with all the stuff I'm using. And that's why you will barely ever see me add new stuff on charts or out of nowhere use all sorts of different analysis. I like to learn new things, but it doesn't mean I'm implementing it in a strategy. As soon as the triple top finishes, a new double top forms. So it makes sense, this impulsive C wave drop. Yeah, but if the double top, so a double top means a lower high, right? So you have a high, price moves up, you create a high, you go down and you create a lower high. This is a double top, a lower high. The moment this second high takes the high of the first one, then we're not talking about a double top, at least not for like not in my how I see double tops and double bottoms, because now the liquidity has been taken of the first one. If you create a lower high, now there is double liquidity, right? You have two highs close to one another, which is interesting because you have a liquidity area, which is attractive, right? Price is attracted to these liquidity areas. But if you take the liquidity of the first high, of course, price can go back, absolutely, right? But I don't call it a double top anymore. So the reason I call this a triple top is because lower, lower. You have three highs that go down. They're like lower, lower. So there's like liquidity above here, which is interesting. Atas, can you show how you pulled the daily point of controls? There's multiple ways to get daily point of controls, I suppose. In Atas, it's just opening the template, actually. I should actually just put them in the good to know channel, man. So look in Discord for Atas template. These are the two. And then if you just open this template, you automatically get the point of controls. They're already there. They're on the chart. So you can download these, upload them in Atas. And if you want to like me to show you on stream, I can open Atas, but it takes a little bit of time. Second option, if you don't have Atas, because you don't actually need it for daily point of controls, I just use it because it's a little bit more accurate. But the volume profile can be very close, but it's a little bit of a hassle. So you just select the day, right? Whenever your day starts to the end of the day, and then eventually you get the point of control in red. No, you have an indicator, which someone once told me, which was the market sessions and volume profile by Leviathan, well known in the space for building indicators. The red line of each box is a daily, right? A day. And the red line is the point of control. So you can use this and you don't need external softwares and all that stuff, right? And this is actually very accurate as well. It's usually quite close. So, yeah. Where were we? Oh, here. Dealy Crypto. How you doing? Welcome. I'm doing good, thanks. It's actually a very nice day. This is the first day since a while that I'm walking around in shorts in the house because it's warm. It's like 19 degrees outside. Went for a walk with my wife in the area here, and sun is shining. It's very good. It was very good. Technical analysis starts at 7:30. Thank you. I had no idea when it actually started, so we can remove this. Who was the one? NK Go Dev. I'll just call you Dev. Thanks for mentioning that, eh? Replace pin message. There we go. Cheers, man. Thank you. Other people will thank you for that one if they're looking for the analysis. The flat with the overshooting wave C, I don't understand. I thought the C cannot be longer than twice the distance. No, it can be longer than twice the distance, but not in time. So wave C can be very long, but in time, wave C is not allowed to be twice the length in time of A plus B. So if we have our wave A, 3 wave move down, and we have our wave B, right? Wave C is not allowed to be twice the length in time. So we take the fib time from the beginning to the end of B and we double click here. And then I have my template here, wave C max, which is 2, which is of course very long now. So there. But wave C can be absolutely can be a long can be long in price, right? So the 1.618, the two 1.618s is your most common target. The 2.618 trend-based sub-extension is an extended target, less common you hit that, but it's in time you can't be double. When will Bitcoin go below 50k? Ooh. Not for the foreseeable future. If we have to look at Elliott Wave probabilities, then on a weekly time frame, the probabilities, and this is with regards, like, you have a very horizontal range here, no deep corrective structure. And if we look at this impulse, your invalidation is 49.4k for a wave 4, but your common target area for 4 is above 50k. So it's very low probability you're going to end below 50k. And in the 1112 scenario here, which is the most bullish one, retracement 236382, 236382. So I put it on my chart once again. And also here, it's unlikely you go below 50 based on the structure that we have locally, as we don't really have a deep structure. Even with a wave C for a flat and an ABC, your order block, this is important support. Your order block is at 51k, right? That's very important support. So it's very unlikely anytime soon you're going to go below the 50 from an Elliott Wave perspective. Anytime soon is pretty much months, because the bullish scenarios do have a higher probability than the bearish one. And probabilities are higher on a weekly time frame to still go above 74k based on the range that we have at the moment. The US inflation will be infectable due to, I see. So on Wednesday afternoon, that's going to be an interesting day. I look forward to it. Some action. Hello. Thank you. Crypto Amon, welcome. Do you also give your opinion on other coins? Yes, but not during this live stream. So in these live streams are dedicated to Bitcoin. But if we go to my YouTube channel, then once in a while I do and will do altcoin analysis streams. This one was almost 7 hours, 19 altcoins in here. But also I'll do like a stock specific one, for example. So, but the channel is, as you can see, mainly focused on Bitcoin. He didn't just yet. Yeah, practice, and you'll reach your goal, right? Okay, would a wave 4 sub 50k break the count? Yes. Not well. 49.4k, yes. For that bullish scenario. On the weekly. Mateus, welcome. KD Badian, that depends on your plan and strategy, right? Didn't get your comment about halving and 420. Did he explain it or not? The 420, you know what 420 means, Abiyit? Like, is it actually on the 20th of April? I have no idea. When is it? Friday, April 19. Okay, actually not 20. But if you go like 420, I know this is Dutch, but you can already see the word, right? So that is the joke that Mark made there. What's up, Sherry? How you doing? Welcome. CME gap will have a gap for the weekend. We'll also have a gap still around 60. I think we could see some red when the markets open. Yeah, that would be good. In the end, we still expect this range to continue and downside, right? Like, pretty much the higher you go first, the bigger the drop. But currently, from a probabilities perspective, the two WXYs have in this range, have the highest probability. So that is this one, continuation of the range, sideways price action before a move up, fake out and down, or the second one, which is a flat. First move up, take the highs, and then continue the range again. So, yeah. And that is on the 4 hour, of course. New to Bitcoin, any suggestions? Well, I would recommend, if you're very new to crypto and Bitcoin, to read a bit more about crypto, I suppose. Like, getting some knowledge is usually step one. So you can go to, let's say, Binance Academy, or what's that, in other websites. I don't know, maybe Investopedia has articles about Bitcoin as well, to read a bit more about what it is. You can even find the Bitcoin PDF. What's it called again? Like the whole explanation of what Bitcoin is. And then trading wise, if you are also new to trading, then the first recommendation would be to not dump all your money in an exchange, in an account, and start trading. Step one is to get familiar with the tools on TradingView. If you don't have TradingView, you can go to the website, tradingview.com. I also have a link in the description if you want to support the channel. It's free, by the way, but if you buy something, I think there's a fee. I have no idea, because no one does that, actually. Or it's very rare. But you get familiar with the stuff on TradingView, right? That's step one. So let's actually go through the steps to be have a high probability of being a consistently profitable trader. And if you want to have examples, I'm happy to share data examples. Number one, try as many free tools as you can. Number two, find your favorite tools and build statistics on them. Step number three is combine some of your favorite tools that resulted in nice statistics, and combine them, trade more statistics, or track more statistics on the combination. Now you're building a strategy, right? Then step four is tweaking and adjusting the combination. Add something, add a tool, remove a tool, see what it does with the statistics, because you're trying to increase your win rate or your risk to reward ratio. Then step number five is you start trading your strategy with a low amount of money, and you work on your trading psychology. And step number six is when you start increasing your budget slowly, because you have to get used to bigger losses. Pleasure, Adrian. Pleasure, plan. The gap is close to 64K. No, the point of control is also volume. Fixed range volume profile. Daily naked point of control. That is a volume. Daily naked point of control is a volume level. Because a daily naked point of control, let me show you. So of the day, what day was it here? Saturday the 6th. So Saturday the 6th, most of the volume of that day was traded at 67,975. So it's a daily point of control. In that day, the highest amount of volume, or the most volume, was traded at that particular level, and price never came back to that highest volume level, and that's why we call it naked. Same here, actually. We actually hit it, as you can see, pretty much to the T. So, wow. Very nice. I love volume levels. 69,800. That was the volume level of the day here, 1st of April. All right, so highest amount of volume was here, or I don't know, or second, I think 1st of April, and that became a daily naked point of control, and now we tested it, acting as resistance very nicely, right? So it's a volume level. 19 degrees. That's cold. Yeah, for us it's warm. Walking around in shorts and a t-shirt. The wind is quite fresh. I mean, when we were walking outside, I did have just normal, like, long pants and a long sleeve, but no jackets or something. Kun is in shorts. Yeah, I'm in shorts, pants shorts, as you know. 19 degrees in Mallorca is winter. Jeez. What is that like? What's a normal day for you, Liquid Mafia, on the other side of the world? Like, what are you having in Australia? Boom for the people. Not doing altcoins. We have dedicated altcoin streams that I do once in a while. It's not a consistent each weekend or something type of thing, but focus. We're just looking at Bitcoin and chatting. Put your pants back on. Is it a good risk to reward for shorting now? Depends on your plan and strategy. As based on data, the 6 steps I mentioned just now, one of the things you will have to track is your risk to reward ratio, and then see which risk to reward ratio gives you the most amount of profit. So I know based on my data that a 1-to-3 risk to reward ratio, RR, gives me the most amount of profit over a year. So that is why my target with every trade, according to that particular strategy, because trading Elliott Waves is more swing trading for me, but that is why I always have a 1-to-3 RR target. It either hits the target or it doesn't hit the target. I'm not closing at a 1-to-2, not closing at a 1-to-2.95. It's a 1-to-3 because based on statistics, that is the ideal risk to reward ratio target. If it goes to a 1-to-2 and back to break even, because by that time my position is break even, it's the way it is. I trade based on data. And you can go to, by the way, the beginning of the live stream, I talk about the probabilities in this range over here with regards, like from an Elliott Wave point of view. So you might want to check that out. No financial advice, of course. We're on YouTube, as you know, right? But it might help you with your idea in a way. Are there any books you recommend for trading or psychology? I love that question. Yes, I definitely recommend them. Yeah, boy. Always nice to say that at least once in a live stream. Yeah, boy. 1 second. Okay. I will start with my favorite trading books. I also have 2 business books in here from my favorite author, but I will start with the favorite trading books, okay? My by far favorite trading psychology book, right? Oh wait, I have to say thanks to someone. Wait. Tom Martignac, welcome back to Silver, man. Welcome back. You know the drill though. Make sure to send me an email so I can add you again. Yo, cheers, dude. Welcome back. Appreciate it. You got the gold badge now. Looking very sweet. What's up, guy? Dude, thanks, man. Appreciate it, Tom. Prost. Just send me an email again. koenztrading@outlook.com and I'll get you sorted again. Thanks, Mark. First book, right, that I can really recommend. I am not affiliated to any of the books I share. I do have a book link from the Elliott, like I have an Elliott Wave book Amazon link. It's an affiliate link, but I think it got cancelled because no one bought anything through that link for like 6 months or something, so they automatically remove you. So, you know, don't bother. Even if you want to support the channel, better to use the Bing X links. The Mental Game of Trading by Jared Tendler, by far the best trading psychology book that I have read. There is no book for me that came close to this one. I know that people love the Trading in the Zone book from Mark Douglas. However, honestly, this book is it's nothing compared to the mental game of trading. I want to this book, it says what you have to do. Okay, great. This book gives you actually a system and exercises to do, including all the information on what to do, how to work, like all the different, like greed, what is it, fear, anger, confidence, discipline, and more. By far, like much better, the mental game of trading than Trading in the Zone. By far, not even close. So that's my favorite trading psychology book, which I also used myself, exercises and that sort of stuff. And my favorite inspirational book, I suppose, series is actually, from a trading perspective, is the Market Wizards series from Mr. Jack D. Swager, right? This is the first Market Wizards. Then you have a couple more. Right. You have this one, Unknown Market Wizards, and the New Market Wizards. And it's just inspirational, because what it is in these books, the Market Wizards books, right? The author, Jack D. Swager, or Swager, he interviews some of the top traders in the world and talks to them about their story. And you will quickly realize that any strategy can work, right? Some of the best traders in the world lost for 10 years straight, and then finally it clicked, and then they started winning. Some are fundamental, technical, a combination, automated, whatever. Like, it's so diverse. It's very inspiring series. Cool. Then I think a nice storybook, like almost like a biography in a way, is this one. Reminiscences of a Stock Operator. Well, you can check that one out, which is cool as well. The Elliott Wave book, Elliott Wave Principle, Frost and Prechter, the Elliott Wave channel. And I guess in a way, a little bit of a mindset book. It's not like Trading in the Zone, or the Mental Game of Trading is by far for me the best trading mindset book. But this one is in the same, it's a completely different book than Trading in the Zone, which I think is not as good. I also think this one is not as good as the Mental Game of Trading, but it's a different type of book. Best loser wins. It's in a way, it's trading psychology, but it's also combined with his own story and how to cope with losing in a way, I suppose. One of the famous quotes that I have from this book is, people are hopeful when they should be fearful, and they're fearful when they should be hopeful. It should be the other way around. That's what he says in the book when he talks about, if people are in a, so imagine, right? If people are in a losing position, so you have your position, right? And it's a mess. You're in a loss. People are hoping price comes back to entry. So imagine, sometimes this happens on the channel, right? Someone enters and they say, yo, cool, mate. I got myself a position somewhere very low, whatever, and I'm in a mad loss. Can price go back to whatever the entry is? And people are hopeful that price comes back to entry. People add to their position with higher leverage so that their entry average goes up. So it is closer to price, hoping price comes back to get out at break even. It's the hope. And he in his book actually explains, instead, it's better to be fearful and close certain, there's no financial advice, not in the book as well, but it's better to be fearful and not do these things, but instead have a stop loss or just get out of positions. And also the other way around is, he explains that people are fearful when they should be hopeful. When you're in a winning position, people are afraid to lose paper profits. You're in a big swing and price starts ranging and it first dips by 20%, right? Great example. Imagine you're in a position, price moves up and moves down by 20%. Do you get fearful here when you see this? Do you panic close? Or do you wait, right? And wait for price to give you more information. It is uncomfortable to wait and see what the probabilities are going to be. But these are things he explains in the book as well. He talks also about comfort with losing positions, and it's very, very insightful. So pretty cool book, I would say. The all-time classic, right? All-time classic, Intelligent Investor, which is more about investing. I mean, it's on the book. General book, I suppose, Psychology of Money, just gives you, like, I believe 20 different tips on how to, cope with your money, I suppose. And then the two business books, I actually one I don't have the third one because my brother has it. So the books from MJ DeMarco are my by far favorite business books. MJ DeMarco. This one is my favorite of the three, by the way. Unscripted, Life, Liberty, and the Pursuit of Entrepreneurship. Right? MJ DeMarco. Really cool. His first book is The Millionaire Fast Lane. His latest book is The Great Rat Race. My favorite is Unscripted. Oops. And MJ DeMarco is my favorite business author. I love his way of writing, his way of talking to you, his personal experiences. Yeah. So there you go. Those are the books that I suggest. Did I forget? No. Yep. Pretty good. Best trading psychology for me started by going to the gym. Yep, also helps. Go away from the charts sometimes. Right? The charts can really consume you. You can get sucked into the chart, and it's good to do other stuff, right? Like I was walking with my wife earlier today, and didn't check my phone at all or whatever. You just do other stuff. There's always a next opportunity or whatnot. I'm already in a position, not looking at the moment for a new one. Yeah. I go to the gym too. I eat Big Macs in front of the fatties on treadmills. Yeah, great motivator. Motivator moon boot boy. Eh? Behind the window. Like people are there on their treadmill, and they have Moon Boot Boy on the other side of the window with his Big Mac. Wondering, Koens, can you have a 1-2 setup within a wave A? Yes. Depends on the size of the time frame of wave A, but absolutely. So a wave A can be a wave 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5. A is finished. There you go for B, and then you go for C. This is your A. Absolutely. So the answer would be a yes. Is Flotty in the house? I love when two trolls the gym. Please suggest me how I can learn crypto trading, I suppose. Shortly went over 6 steps, but let me do them in 10 seconds, or well, 20 seconds. Step 1, try as many free tools as you can on TradingView. I recommend both the indicators and the tools. Step 2, find your favorite tools, build statistics. Step 3, combine some of your favorite tools, build more statistics on the combination. You're now starting your strategy. Step 4, tweaking and adjusting the combination. Add a tool, remove a tool, build more statistics. This is the boring stuff, right? Statistics that no one sees, but it's very important. Step 5, start trading the strategy, low amount of budget, work on your trading psychology. Step 6, up your budget slowly to get used to bigger losses, not the bigger wins. Follow these 6 steps and you have a great probability of becoming a consistently profitable trader. The thing is, many people don't want to track statistics because they're lazy. They want to get rich quick and all that stuff. It's not get rich quick, right? Maybe if you're lucky with your sheep buy, like $100 and then you have like $1 million, but consistently profitable trading, that is important. And these 6 steps get you there. And if you want to have examples of how to collect, how I collect data, I'm happy to share. Hi, I would like to ask, if we are in the 3rd wave of this bull market, can the 5 waves of the 3rd wave be very long? For example, Yes. So the third wave, so if we have 5 waves in an impulse, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, the third wave, by far most common, is your longest wave. So yes, an impulse can be very long. However, it should be in relationship to the waves prior, right? So when we look at the impulse that we have so far here, right? And we have our 1, 2, and then we are in our 3, right? 1, 2, 1, 2. The more 1, 2s you have, the bigger the 3 is going to be. Huh? So you can have a 1, 2, 1, 2. And if this is another 1, 2, you're going to get a massive 3. We still have to wait and see if this is a 4 or a 2, right? But your wave 3 can indeed be very long, yes. You mentioned the price targets on 61 to 150. I mean, we're already like theoret like that would be potentially possible if you have this, because then you have your 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, a triple 1, 2, right? And then you get your 3, then you get a massive 3 to the upside, and then after the 3 you're still going to get a 4, 5, 4, 5, 4, 5, because you have 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, so you need a 4, 5, 4, 5, 4, 5 as well. And the other option here, if this is a wave 4, yeah, then we still expect a wave 5 to the upside. And wave 1 and 3 are quite similar in length. So there is the potential for an extended 5th, but that is not common. But then you have 5, 4, and then you would expect another push up. It's difficult to say how high that would go in the bullish scenario. In this area, there are so many people longing and we are not moving. To be honest, we could go down by looking at those net longs versus net shorts. Yeah, it's a nice thing to look at sometimes. Absolutely. You can also look at the delta, of course, in external softwares or other websites. It gives you a good idea. And from an Elliott Wave point of view, right, the analysis happened earlier in the video. So you, of course, make sure to check it out. But eventually, we still expect a continuation of the range. And the WXY scenarios, both of them would be very nice. I haven't seen his gym videos, but I like the, oh yeah, Anatoly, yeah, where he's cleaning, and then he's like, oh, can I clean, please? Or you're doing that wrong, or are those plastic? Is that real? Yeah, this guy is great. And he is so strong, but so lean as well. It's incredible. When do you use the logarithmic chart? On the weekly time frame on Bitcoin, or generally anything above the daily. The daily is a mix, depends on the fibs, and below the daily general linear chart. I also use a logarithmic chart on other charts like altcoin charts, where an altcoin pumps a lot of percentage in a relatively short amount of time, so that you correct for the percentage on the chart, right? So 18 degrees outside, but it's 12 a.m. I don't like if it's too warm at night. I mean, if you have an aircon, of course, it doesn't matter what the temperature is outside. But yeah, 18 degrees. That's nice. That's nice. I don't know what the temperature here is, but it's not 18. It's 19 now during the day. But hey, we just started spring. Okay, 29 degrees here. Still got my jeans and jumper on. Shit. Look at me go, t-shirt and shorts. Tom again, welcome, man. Cheers. Thanks for joining. Once again, gold badge. There you go. Is Bitcoin going to come down to the 64K level? Probabilities at the moment here locally, as mentioned earlier, are higher to take the high. But I first want to see it done because we have big bearish CVD divergences. But it's just because of the structure here. Expanding diagonal is a rare structure. More higher probability this is a corrective structure, and therefore probabilities to take the high. But as mentioned in the analysis, we're below resistance, big bearish CVD. Show me it wants to take the high, potentially a retest, and then the triple top becomes very interesting. If we take the high just by a wick and close below, not interesting, right? So I just wait for proof. Just wait for what price wants to do, pretty much. 64K is interesting at a later stage. Not looking for 64K yet. We passed the 9K subs today. I actually don't know if it was last night or today, but we are currently at 9,062 subscribers. I came back from holiday on Wednesday, and then that was my first stream again. And I had, let's see, 8,813 subs. That's amazing. 250 people joining the party. Thanks, everyone. That's crazy, man. Chill. Appreciate your support, guys. We're getting so close to the 5 digits. It's incredible. In a way, it's actually pretty unreal, to be honest. I just like to share Elliott Waves and yeah. Look at what happens. It's very inspiring to myself. That is 9,068. Thanks, guys. Appreciate the ones joining when I look at the ticker. But it's crazy. We started the channel February last year. So it's been 1 year and 2 months, but I was gone the whole month of March. So the whole of last month I wasn't there. Didn't really do anything. So I don't really count it. But nonetheless, it's been a crazy journey. So yeah, thank you. I can say thanks everyone, but you know, theoretically I'm talking to one or maybe two or few persons through the webcam. So thank you. That's very kind. Appreciate your support. What's happening in the chat? What's this? January 20, Philippines, blah, blah, blah. No idea. I got to go through this a bit more quickly, it seems. Start learning about Elliott Waves, and I'm using the PDF in Discord. Thanks for that. But I find it very hard to start counting waves because of the micro. Any tips where? Yeah, so when you start with your Elliott Wave counting, if you're new and you want to start getting into Elliott Waves, don't go to the micro. In other words, don't go to the 5-minute chart. I recommend to start on a 4-hour, 1 hour, depending on the information, a weekly, 15 minutes, but not lower. Don't go below 15, especially if you're new. It's usually better to start on the higher time frames and then go down. So you have a fresh chart. You start on a weekly, then you go to the daily, then to the 4, then to the 1, then to the 15, and you start to create a plan. The 5-minute and the 3-minute and those type of time frames, things change so quickly. It's great for practice as well, but it's difficult if you just began and want to learn Elliott Wave. So I recommend staying on higher time frames. Choo Choo TV, we do have dedicated altcoin streams, so I just focus on Bitcoin here. But I do have dedicated altcoin streams that I do, and the most recent one was actually before my holiday in February here, 6.5 hours. I'm actually not sure if we did LTC here, but you'll have to check the timestamps because I put the timestamps in. Thanks, Mark. Yo, 9,069. Nice number. When we have 9,669 subscribers, I got to make a screenshot. It only happens once. Because then after that we have to go to 96,969. Yeah, that will take a while to get to like that number. Will take a long time, I think. I just want him to check it out at the end of the. Yeah. Usually the thing is, once you start to take one in a live stream, it's like the next one, the next one, the next one, the next one. And doing analysis takes time. So I also want to do it properly. So when I dedicate time to an altcoin stream, then people are sure they get the best info. And for me, my mindset and my work it's in the right place. So it's concentrated in one altcoin stream. That's the reason why. However, in Discord, like Mark Dutch says, we do have an altcoin channel where people help each other, or they ask me a question. A fit body is a fit. Thailand 35 feels like 43. That's too warm, man. I can't. Like, it's nice for maybe a bit of holiday, but what do you do when it goes 40 plus? It's so warm during the day. I would, I tend to go inside, especially if the what's that? If you start sweating a lot because of what's the word? Help. Like you can have a dry, sunny humidity. Thank you, Abid. Thank you. Shit. Humidity, yeah. The humidity is high as well. I can't, man. I'll stay inside the whole day. It's not great weather. Pleasure, Hi, I'm Darkness. How are you doing? Welcome. By the way, may I ask, how do we find altcoins that are most likely to open a position? Do we just have to scout? Yeah, so there is people that do analysis on quite a lot of alts in the group, and generally they have a list, right? They have a list trading. I don't have an alt list. I have a coin coverage list because of analysis that we have done in the past on alts. But so I rarely ever look at this because I don't trade alts. But if you have a certain plan or a strategy and you know what you look for, you can just skim like through them, like click, check the chart. Okay, I don't see what I like to see. Next. And you can probably go through the whole list in a couple of minutes by just looking at the chart. But that means that you need to know what you're looking for. So you need to have a clear idea of your strategy. Or from an Elliott Wave point of view, you need to be very quick in identifying the probabilities of what the alt is doing in the current range or potentially an impulse. But then for alts, if you want to trade Elliott Waves and you just want to skim the charts, wait for ranges to form. The moment you see a range, check the first move of the range and then decide your probabilities for what's next. That's what I would then recommend. Mark, might quit my job now. Mark, you're not doing a good job. Jeez. No, Mark is doing a great job. Almost 69 likes as well. It's a bit of a gaming joke, that number, 9,070. Thanks for Mr. 9,070. Appreciate it, guys. 9,070 subs. Moonboot Boy, I think the library are about to form a massive sea wave. Let's hope not. Waiting for wave 3. Andrew B, what's up? How you doing? Welcome back. The dates. I have no idea what these dates mean. January 20. I wanted to say reaction, but it's reaction. Annie, welcome. Good to have you here. And thanks for your like and your sub, as well as Finn Gummy. Gurmy. My mouse was on the R. Annie and Finn, welcome. Appreciate it, guys. Welcome to the channel. Where you from? In general, like where you're from. Annie, Finn, where you from? And also the others. Like, let me know. Where are you watching from? I'm curious. I know from a few where they live because I remember where my community comes from, kind of. But I'm curious. So of course, Mark, still got to plan a date. Can you look at this is the same. I kind of answered this with my answer on the LTC, so I think you were there when I answered it. What country in Europe is most crypto friendly? Malta? Portugal? What's that island of Portugal? The island left bottom of Portugal, I believe is very crypto friendly. Yeah. $41. When you're married, no one will have on birth. Moonboot Boy, you're picking the wrong wifeys, man, or girlfriends, or whatever. 37 degrees in the room. Shit, man. That's very warm. You couldn't catch your last stream, but I'm here. What's up, random name? How you doing? Nice golden badge. Good to see you back, mate. Good to see you back. Okay, so we have Norway, United Arab Emirates, Dubai. Is that like my sister-in-law? Like the sister of my wife was in Dubai a few days ago. Her boss is still there, Andre. I've been there once, and I will be in Dubai next year, December. I'll be in China this year in December. Mom's basement. Now that's a good place to be. A nice big basement, a nice room, or small basement, doesn't matter. You have your laptop, your phone, or whatever. Chu TV, going to the gym, good on you. Have a good workout, man. Your boy, Melbourne, Australia. There's actually quite a few people from Australia in the community as well. Your boy, everyone, is a diamond member in the group. And from Melbourne, Australia. Ya boy. I like your name, like the ya boy. Easy to remember as well. Galaxy, Iran, Cambodia. I am Darkness. Evans Philip. Tokyo, Japan. Thanks. Appreciate that. That's very kind of you, man. My dad was in Tokyo, Japan earlier this year for work. And he took beautiful pictures. Like my dad has this very expensive, very big camera. It's a hobby. He likes to make pictures, and usually it's sports related, but when he travels, he takes his big backpack with all his camera gear and takes beautiful pictures of, in this case, Tokyo. Also, it always makes me think of the Too Fast, Too Furious movies. Finn Gurmy is from Ireland. Mark sent him here. I see. It's crypto YouTube. It might look big, but it's also a small community at the same time. It's like you see a lot of the same people in different channels. And that's also what I like. It's nice to see people at the other channels as well. Crypto Storm, Ireland. Other side of the pond from the Netherlands, where I live. Dennis, I am better at Fibonacci measurement. I've measured 73,700 and 6,900. Also measured the height of the third wave to be 150K. Yeah, that looks like it can be about right. Absolutely. All right. So, wait, is this 1.5? This is 1.5 mil. That would be a bit high for. That's not that would be a very extended target. That is not yet something that I have on my radar. I definitely first need some, or it's a typo, I'm not sure. But you can only reach this if you have many different 1-2s. Yeah. Before you go up there. Sure, that's a big target. Hey. India. I mean, however, the current correction is well, so with regards to the triangle, I don't really like the triangle scenario because it's so obvious, and I prefer fake out scenarios, which then brings me to the WXY and the flat. Now, at the moment, we are still in this range, so let's see how it progresses, because for your 11112, you indeed can't have a triangle in wave 2, yeah. But the WXY and the flat would be nice. Crypto Wave Rider, hey, you just joined Discord. There you go. I mean, it must be the same person. Are you Mamales in Discord? Oh, wait, here, yeah. Kreta, yeah. No. Oh. Wait, why did I say welcome Kreta? I'm such a noob. Lol. It's the city, probably. I'm completely clueless. That must be you. The Netherlands, yeah. Leiden. Amazing. We'll appreciate if you visit Dubai again. Next year, December. I'll be there. I look forward to it. It's a nice area. It is very, like, spread out, though. Like, you definitely need a car or something to get around. Like, in the Netherlands, public transport is amazing. I love using it because I don't waste my time in a car driving. unless I get a chauffeur, like a driver. Malaysia, Kuala Lumpur. I think you live in the same city as Justin in the group. Justin, Red and Black Poker Club is his login, but Justin is his name in Discord. He also lives in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. He sent pictures in or videos in Discord during New Year's Eve in Kuala Lumpur. Disappointed when there was no fireworks, which was promised. Chinese now studying at OSU. Okay. I mean, China is a big country. I'll be there later this year, but I don't actually know which city yet because they're still deciding what city is going to be used for the World Championships of the Global Esports Games, and I have to be there. We'll see. It's not my business, but eventually I hear where I go. But okay, China. I'm lolling. Okay, 150K. Wait. Okay, so did I count 150? Oh, sorry. Yeah, I counted 10 too much. 150K. Yeah, that's rational. That's possible. But then the 112 would be nice for this, or nicer at least. Yeah. Sorry. Good. Thanks for correcting me. Random name. Romania. Earthquakes Friday. I heard about that one. There were some earthquakes all over the place. I heard when I was live streaming yesterday, there was an earthquake in New York. And then, of course, the last week, I mean, just look at Twitter. Earthquakes happening multiple places. Did you say on my raid ER? Aluminium. That's a lot of books. Oh, are you talking, Lionel, about the books that I proposed earlier? I mean, yeah. It's quite it's nice. I'll put them back later again. Interesting. Might just sweep the local high in the range and then go E. Yeah, we observed the reaction. So probabilities, as explained at the beginning of this live stream, right, remain higher to take the high. So if that happens, we just observe the reaction. See if we can flip it to support, right? This white box is resistance, or if we wick it like a swing failure pattern. I like to watch the reaction. My house was shaken for 10 seconds. Connecticut. And that's scary, you know? Like, so I have never ever felt an earthquake. So I have no idea what it feels like, or what do you do when that happens? You go sit below the table, or what's the general recommendation? What's up, Mondo Tav? Tomorrow breakdown towards 58K. Nokia 3, not 3310. How you doing? Yeah, let's wait and see. I wouldn't be surprised if next week we do get some nice bigger moves. And as explained with the analysis earlier, from an Elliott Wave point of view, it makes sense to eventually, not directly, still see a move to the downside. But this range so far and this move down looks more corrective. Singapore, very nice, been there once. Mr. Teo, such a legendary airport. Some say Koen is Michael J. Fox. Do I need to know who that is? I have no idea. Michael J. Fox. Thanks for your financial advice. Yeah. If ever Koen doesn't feel like using the power tower, he just moves all his books from one shelf to the other. Exactly. That's my workout, right? Yeah. Still got muscle aches from the workout that I did yesterday, 2 days ago. Yesterday was a run. 2 days ago was a run plus calisthenics, and I also used the tower, and so did my wife. We work out together. So yeah, that was a big workout. I can still feel it, especially here, like chest, because of the pull-ups. So it's these areas, right? Like here. Sure, I can feel it, man. Lucky lady. I guess, or lucky guy. My house shakes for 10 seconds at least once a year, if you know what I mean. For 10 seconds. Jeez. There's a problem in your house, no? So you can see the I don't know what the Mondotev, what are you replying to? So you can see the futures levels, or a message didn't come through. How accurate the levels are. Also future levels. I don't understand. If my Fibonacci is accurate again, the high of this rebound might be 74,250. The high of the next two are yeah, that would be a flat target. The flat scenario explained earlier in the analysis. Crete is the biggest island of Crete. Oh, Kreta. Goedemorgen, Koen. I see. Okay, so you live on an island. It's a very famous spot for Dutch youth that like to go on holiday. Kreta, like a party place. Probably. Do you look at the 5-minute or 15-minute when spotting? I prefer 15 minutes. It's just I also from an Elliott Wave point of view and trading wise, 15 minutes is usually the time frame I keep an eye on. But I'm never in a hurry with positions. I prefer a bit of confirmation. Back to the future. Mark, hey, yo. Definitely not a boomer. Oh, this guy. Look at your chart. BTC from the first wave, 2010. Oh, old 2010. That's not even on this chart, I think. But from 2010, that is from $0 to $25. Like the first move, which is a wave one of then a bigger wave one. You can see the future levels. It went from like 1 to 25. Hey, I do have to start moving. Again, we're online for almost 2 hours. Price is almost like taking the high though. So, I mean, it's interesting, but I do have other stuff to do. And there I am again saying, I'll be online for an hour. And here I am 2 hours later. Yeah, short stream. I know. And now, of course, we see a little bit of action, so I'm interested. See what happens. Didn't hit the 886 yet. So if price hits the 886, then the probabilities increase once again or even more to take this high. Because the 886 is a rare target for a wave 2, common target for a wave X or a wave B. Increasing probabilities, any move to the downside after hitting the 886 is a corrective structure, not an impulsive structure. increasing probabilities to sooner or later take this high, either directly or first go down and come back up at a later stage. So the 886 is actually interested. My internet must be lagging. I mean, Moonboot Boy, this stream, it says 860 views, so that's a big lag spike, mate. Next important level, 111k, and then 184k. That's a big number. But hey, we already moved up from 15 to 70 something. I like to take it step by step, but yeah, I mean, so far there's no reason to say no yet, right? We are just still waiting for price to break out of this range. Probabilities on the weekly are higher to move to the upside. Can you cover BTC for us real quick? Dave Digital, I know this is almost like sarcasm, but look at this here. Especially for you. Everything in there. I need a positive friend in my life like Mondo. Bro, what can you say about lever? Is basketball shoot official? What can you say? Is lever or leverage? Are you talking about leverage or is lever an altcoin? Leverage wise, I don't recommend to, depends on your strategy, but especially for newer traders to go above 5. Maybe a retest of the daily open, 68,900. Yeah, then we have to move down first. How can we prevent individuals from FOMO? I cannot get over this problem. Work on your problem, mate. The Mental Game of Trading by Jared Tendler. FOMO is one of the things covered, and it gives you a system that you can use, because that's the plan, right? Using it to help you with the feeling of FOMO. So I very much recommend to use it, to implement it, to repeat it, to work on your FOMO. Another thing that you can do is to not trade at all, but look at the chart and realize for like a week or a month. I did that for 2 months because I got angry on Elliott waves, and then I didn't do anything for 2 months. But angry on Elliott waves sounds very stupid, but I got pissed. So, and then you realize that every day or every week there will be new opportunities. So if you miss one, there's no problem. There's always another one. There's always a new trading opportunity. Having clarity of what your plan is will help with FOMO as well. Because if you know very well what your plan is, if you have a certain strategy, right? And that strategy has entry requirements. If you know your strategy and you know what to look for, then you simply wait for, what you're looking for. Bored nerd. That's also a way. Best way to cure FOMO is to all in. So you broke now, you can FOMO no more. FOMO no more. I like that one. Even though it's not a good thing to do, but I think it's pretty nice. FOMO no more. I like that one. That's hilarious. So yeah, look at the look at the chart for a period of time without trading at all and realize there's new opportunities every day. It helps if you have a strategy so that you can see there is a new opportunity either every day or every week. And I just really recommend the book because it really helps. And I mean, you see it. I use it as a workbook. So, trading psychology is very important. Yeah. When you are, how did your early stages of trading go? It was very difficult because in the beginning I was a very, very, very emotional trader. I don't know. I don't really think I expected it, but I think the reason of the emotion was trying to get rich quick. So when I missed out on moves like FOMO as well, it was difficult when price was moving up or down. I got emotionally involved. When it went down, I wanted to sell and up buy, and then you just, you know, things go downhill. Revenge trading, all that stuff. So I was a very emotional trading, and however, in my first year, I was almost break even. I lost a little bit, but it wasn't much, so it wasn't even too bad. But I noticed that my trading psychology is my biggest weakness. My biggest strength is my analysis and my analytical point of view. My biggest weakness is implementing it. You know what I mean? Because that's where trading psychology comes in. So that is why, for example, this book is also something that helped me a lot. So that's why I can recommend it. I have done that work, and it really helped me. Besides experience, which helped me, having a very clear strategy with very strict rules has helped me. There's no, like in Elliott, I trade Elliott Waves, but I also have a main other strategy. The Elliott Wave is more swingy, a day trading strat with very strict rules, where subjectivity is not, there's no subjectivity in my rules. It's all either yes or no, and that's what I need as well. Very, very tight, very strict, as the Diamond members here will know. So the start was difficult, but I never blew an account. Only lost a bit in my first year, and then in the second year I started growing. So yeah, but trading psychology was the biggest thing. And there we go. We took the high. It was about time. Nice. So the probabilities mentioned at the beginning of the live stream have now played out locally, right? Probabilities were high to take the high. We now finally took the high. So took a while. Very nice. If you come to China, I can recommend you good cities and food. I'd love to know. I'd love to know. I go to China in December, but I have to go to the city where the World Championships are, and that is the Global Esports Games. So I don't know yet what city it's going to be, because there's two cities that are fighting with one another over getting the championship, and I do know there's pressure because, you know, it's only 8 months away. So I don't actually know where I'm going to be, but I will be in China. But I of course on stream when I know, I'll make sure to let you all know, and you as well. I'm happy to be recommended some cities and some food. China has crazy food. I've been in China before, also for an event in 2018 in Shanghai. And like how they present the food, and it's different. It's not like the Netherlands. It's like the Koen of Frankie stream last week. He never knew what he meant by 786. He thought the 7 was hungry. Do you put your hand on the desk, then smash it with the book when you feel FOMO? This might work for me. No, I actually don't. I'm not really like. I'm not really a person that gets angry quickly or hits slap my desk. However, when I'm trying to record a update video and it takes a long time to get it done, or I make mistakes all the time in my speaking, I can get pissed. Yes. You don't hear it because, of course, once I start talking again, I need to be calm. But if a video takes too long to record because I make mistakes all the time, and eventually it just adds up. And I it pisses me off. 786 too early. Mark Dutch too early. What about an accountant? Never blew an account. I'm sure I'm gonna be. I actually yesterday seeing the word blue. I saw the movie Salt. Actually, never watched it, from 2010. My wife wanted to watch a spy movie, so we found that one. It's really good. I'm sure I'm going to be a successful trader this year. I've already purchased all the books and I've started to wear my cap backwards. I also ordered a power tower, but received a sex swing instead. Oh, I'm missing out on that last one. I got to up my game. But the rest is pretty good. Yeah. Like so far, my year. Let's see, my Excel sheet, January. So, and I was gone in March. But in January, so in March, I didn't trade, but I do track the statistics of what my main strategy, not Elliott Wave, what the main strategy does. So in January, an RR of 7 gain and then 60% win rate. February, 83% win rate with an RR of 14. March, I was gone the whole month. And April, 2 trades, 2 wins. 100% win rate at the moment. Since November, so in last year, September, October, I improved, or I should say, I tweaked the strategy again based on data, of course. And since November, the RR is 49, so 49 R gain, win rate average of 65%, which is as like it's similar to the data I collected over the years. So yeah, that's good. And then so far there's been, since November, right? 20 wins, 11 losses, 27 break even. It's quite a lot break even, but it's just the way it goes. So, but a total of 31 trades if you talk about losses and wins. So it's not like you have a lot of trades per month. It's usually on average between 8 and 20. But some months very few, other months a lot. It depends on the market, and it's not taking into account my Elliott Wave trades because I don't really track that too much because it's swing trading. I don't know. Looks like a 70k day for Bitcoin immediately after 68. Let's see now. Retesting. We closed the candle above. But let's see if this holds, right? And then, yeah, the highs of 71k. Yeah, if this can act as support, resistance, retest, support, 71k is pretty much the next area. To pet a dog in the morning and eat for dinner. Oh yeah, but I don't know. I guess it's the same as people that eat fish, you know. That's or cow. In some countries they don't eat cows, but in the Netherlands we do, you know. Good morning, RS Miller. How are you doing? What's up? What's up, Mike? Why are you eating dogs? Exactly. Now that's a good question. Finished. Okay. As you know, price finally took the high, and the probabilities played out. I think I'm pretty much going to call it a live stream and provide you guys with a cycle macro update tonight, because I still have some other stuff to do as well. As mentioned, we're already live for 2 hours. This is always how it goes. I should probably say I'm going to stream for 30 minutes, and then the double of 30 is 1 hour, instead of I'm going to stream for 1 hour and now it's 2 minutes. Dave Digital, mate. Don't keep me hanging here. Go to 7 minute 30. Costco sells dogs. Yeah, plushy dogs, hot dogs. Oh, very, very nice. It's always nice when probabilities play out. Always nice. And if price can flip this to support, there's just not much left, right? As explained in the beginning, and then you have the triple top. So that's quite interesting. So for everyone that just arrived, I really recommend to go to 7 minute 30 for the whole analysis, and then you know exactly what we are looking for and what we have been looking for. Kunz, I have a question. Oops. I could first move to The highest probability is, yeah, I mean, yeah, it's the WXYs and the flats have a higher probability than a triangle. So an expanded flat is you know, next to the WXY, those two are the highest probability scenarios. Depends on the move to the upside if we get it. Don't leave now, friend. I know. Is there anything that invalidates a triangle? Well, a triangle is invalidated, or actually both of them, if price goes above these highs. Invalidation. These are two different scenarios. Here wave C is not yet in. Here wave C is already in. But yeah, I talk in more detail about the scenarios. This is another triangle, of course, right? Invalidation, triple top as well. Now here we have a flat, a WXY with a flat, and here we have the bigger flat, which goes to 77 something K, you know? So there's two flats as well. One flat is part of a WXY, and the other flat is a singular flat. Like that's the whole thing. And then locally we were looking for the highs to be taken. This one, which finally happened. It was about time. 100 likes before the end of the stream. I don't know, what are we on at the moment? 95. Getting close. We're almost at 9,100 subscribers as well. It's ridiculous how fast it goes. Like 9,078. Fuck, 22 left and we're there. It's nuts. Pleasure, R.S. Miller. Pleasure. Couldn't find your reading goggles. Okay, look. Price took the high. Probabilities played out. If you check the analysis, you know what I am looking for. So make sure to check it out. And let's see if price can flip this. It's you know, a little bit of a move down, and now a second candle in the green here. Didn't close yet though, but we continue to observe. It's good to see the high is broken. Probabilities played out. Now we just wait and see what happens here, right? So it is time for me to do some other stuff as well. Tomorrow afternoon is another live stream, and tonight is going to be a video about the cycle and the macro time frame. So yeah, this it played out very nice today. I think the you know, everything was spot on here. Probabilities played out, and now we'll see what price is going to do at around this 69.8 to 70K area. So thanks everyone for being here. And yeah, I'll see you next time. I definitely show Bitcoin. Dave Digital, the meme king here. But yeah, make sure that if you haven't joined Discord, yeah, feel free. But thanks for hanging out. Thanks for the support here as well with all the subs. And catch you at the next one. Cheers.